Welcome to Fisticuff's amplified video. I previously recorded this as a live commentary. Unfortunately, through XSplit and the live commentary didn't record, so the voice of these pictures and images, I wanted to show you a live com and actually show you this as it went on live. But this is a voiceover, so if it doesn't match up, I'm sorry. But I want to get my point across. Amplified. Last week we covered the snipers and how they're unbalanced and exempt from the perk system of Call of Duty Ghosts. Today we're going to talk about Amplified. And Amplified, the premise of my statement is this: if I were to sit down and talk to the INFINITYWARD directors, this is my argument, that if you took Amplified, a person that is camping with Amplified and a person that is moving with Amplified, the person that is camping is going to hear the person that is moving. Now, if you take dead silence and you have a person that's camping and a person that's moving, then neither one of them will hear themselves. So therefore, they're on equal ground. So that is why there's such a huge problem in the Call of Duty Ghost game, is because people have headphones that you see on my head that are $200, $50, whatever. They're extra pieces that you use to play the game, and unfortunately Amplified is like 24/7 UAV sound without earning any kill streaks. So as soon as you put that perk on, you can hear 360 all the way around you. Unfortunately, people use this to ruin the game by camping, and when they camp or sitting in one area and they hear other people coming because they're not wearing Amplified, or they're wearing dead silence and Amplified trumps dead silence, then they don't have to move for their kills. So therefore the game becomes stagnant and nobody wants to play it. They get frustrated. So there's the premise of my statement. If two people have Amplified, one is not moving, the other one's moving, the person that's not moving can hear the person moving. And that is across the board. That is a top, over the top. That perk trumps all perks. Now, the other part of my premise of this argument is, if two people are having dead silence and one person is camping and the other one's moving, they both can't hear each other. So therefore, they're both on the same grounds. So what happens is, if you have Amplified on, then you're forcing the other person to use other perks that take away from the whole point of the perk system, and it ruins the experience and fun of the game. So I'm going to show you some of the perks in this setup here to show you the premise of my argument, and I hope the developers can see this, and I hope you take the time, if you're watching this video, tweet this out to Candace. If you're not blocked by the community manager at INFINITYWARD, tweet it to her, please. Tina, tweet it to Mark Rubin. Make sure you get this video out there so they understand. You have to look at the lineage of this perk. You know, there's never been a sound whoring perk in any Black Ops game or Treyarch game. Then all of a sudden, it was never an INFINITYWARD game up until the spring of Modern Warfare 3 with SitRep Pro. And the game was totally ruined because now you can just hear people. And I really feel bad for the persons who play Search and Destroy and games where, you know, it's stealth and you need to, you know, learn the routes. And see, that's a beauty of Call of Duty Ghosts. If dead silence was Trump, you don't know where that person's coming from. And so that's the beauty of moving and being on your toes and understanding the routes and having situational awareness. I mean, you're having enough information, I think, that's delivered from the Call of Duty franchise in the kill feed, in the mini map, in sound, that you don't need to have over sound over bullets and so on and so forth. People have to learn that, you know, the greatness of this game comes along of learning this game. And so that's the point I'm trying to make here. Understand the premise. Two people have Amplified, one moving, one not. The person that's not moving, which is the problem in this game, camping, can hear the person that is moving. And so that cancels out all arguments to that argument that both people have Amplified. Well, if the one person's not moving, then you're irrelevant. If you both have dead silence and the person doesn't want to move, so be it. He's got to constantly watch his back, or have an IED, or have a SATCOM up. You know, he has to He has to earn his kill streaks to find you, not just given to him by a perk system with a headphone set system. I think it's unfair to the rest of the community, and that's why this perk needs to be addressed. So let me go ahead and show you some of the perks that we're talking about, and I'm gonna go ahead and go through these with you. I started out in the beginning with Incognito and Dead Silence and Amplified, and I think that's Sit Rep, which takes you off the view of the Oracle. But later on in this video where I left the game, it shows that I pretty much changed it back up. Let's go ahead and fast forward that to that point. Alright, so we already accomplished that, so we don't have to really worry in regards to that. I cut that part out. It just goes right into the gameplay. But anyways, from this I changed the perks. I had off the grid. I took off Incognito because it's pointless if you want to camp. I had off the grid, Focus, Dead Silence, Amplified, and I had Sit Rep, which basically stops you from being seen from SATCOMs and the Oracle, and nobody's going to hear you because you have Amplified on. I probably should have left Dead Silence off because you're not moving anyway. I could have probably added some other perks to be more advantageous to my situation. Maybe take off Dead Silence and added on grenades or something like that, or IEDs, which is even worse. You know, you can set up IEDs to where people get blown up and they come into the area where you're at. So anyways, I want to show you an example. This is a live example that I recorded earlier of me going into a game and showing you that at INFINITYWARD why this is such a huge problem, and why that by January, if you don't change this Amplified perk, this game is going to be infested with people not even moving. You know, how do you justify somebody buying a brand new Xbox or buying a brand new Call of Duty? I mean, this is the reason why maybe the sales are not where Call of Duty wants them to be, because I don't think they're maybe not taking the time to really listen to the core community of casual players that they're advertising to, that these are the needs of just the regular players who don't have a YouTube, who don't have a Twitter, who don't have a Facebook. I know I sound like a broken record, but I have to constantly repeat this so that people understand the point that I'm trying to make. So anyways, I'm going right into camping. This is what I'm doing. I mean, right here, I go into camping. Unfortunately, the sound isn't on, so you can't hear the exact thing that I'm hearing. But this is the point that I'm trying to make. I hear a guy coming down here. I go down the stairs. He gets killed. But see, the point is, like, look how far I heard that guy all the way over here, and I'm just camping in this corner. And this is the problem in Call of Duty Ghosts. This is why the premise of the point that I'm trying to make about Amplified, this is why it needs to be taken care of. This is why everybody left Modern Warfare 3. So I'll do another video, but this is a perfect example of why Amplify is broken. So I heard a guy coming, you know, I'm listening, I'm just sitting here with my headphones listening for footsteps. Now I didn't even earn this. I was given this perk. Now I'm sitting right here, I'm waiting, I hear a guy's footsteps, kill him and his dog. You see that? Like, how fair is that to this guy? And he's running in, there's no UAV, there's no SATCOM up, and I just hear footsteps coming. And through deductive reasoning, because I don't see my teammate on the mini-map, and the fact that, here's the most idiotic thing of all, is that if you use Amplified Dead Silence, you will not hear your own teammates' footsteps or yours. You only hear your enemies. And that's a tip from me to you. That's even worse than the whole thing put together. Like, people complained about hearing footsteps, so their own teammates' footsteps, so they canceled them out. So now it's even better. So if you hear footsteps, it's the other team's footsteps that you're hearing. So right here, I'm just still camping. I hear this guy, boom, come out. And he was barely moving. Barely moving, and I knew he was there. I got killed laying down the SATCOM. Doesn't matter. I'm going to come back out. But this is the point that I'm trying to make to Infinity Ward. You have to understand this. Two guys, amplified, one moving, one not. The guy that's not moving is Trump. Two dead silence guys. One not moving, one moving. Neither are Trump. They're equal. One can't hear each other. And by the way, if you're fighting in a war, you're not going to hear footsteps. Barely. Very, very unlikely. And listen, I heard those guys' footsteps in there. I didn't even have UAV up. I heard him walking around on the wood. I killed him. So here's the thing. Here's my quick fix to this. Here I hear a guy coming. I'm waiting for him. Nope. He's downstairs. Let me go over check over here. I heard his footsteps go down here. I hear him in the water, right? So let me jump down. He hears water footsteps. Now he heard me jump down. He stopped moving. But I already knew he was there. That's it. It's over. But here's my fix to Amplified. Amplified should be 6 points. And it should go with extreme conditioning. And it should only be used by people that use a knife. That's the only persons that should be hearing footsteps and knifing you. That's the only fair option for this. Otherwise, Amplified should only be for people who just want to hear louder footsteps. That's fine. But if a person has dead silence, they both should cancel each other out. Dead silence cancels out dead silence. You see a thing? Dead silence is a true canceller. They're like, well, what cancels out dead silence? Well, dead silence cancels out dead silence. If it was correct, then you wouldn't be able to hear each other's footsteps. There would be no footsteps. That's the point. That's the meaning of the word. Dead silence. Amplified doesn't mean I can hear footsteps because they're quiet now. That means if you have footsteps, I can hear them louder. You see, they understand the definition of these two words. They don't even match up to the game. It shouldn't be called dead silence. It should be called sometimes silent. And amplified should be hears everything. I mean, dead silence cancels out dead silence because neither one of you hear each other. And if you both have it, then you're both on equal ground, regardless if you're camping or walking. Do you understand that, Infinity Ward? Do you understand that? The point that I'm trying to make to the people out here that are playing this game, that are spending their money on the new Call of Duty Ghost. I'm just trying to make the game fair for everybody. And what happens is I get attacked by sniper people and people who are used to playing this game exploited and broke. The reason why so many people are leaving Call of Duty, it's not because it's a bad game. It's because developers are not fixing exploited, broken things in the game. Everything will settle itself out if they just fix the things that are exploitable. And these things are exploitable. Everything that I've posted has video factual evidence behind it. I don't know what else to say or do. I've been saying the same thing for years. And this game could easily be fixed. But people get to a breaking point and they just don't want to deal with it anymore. And guess what they do? They leave. So I'm trying to help. I really am. Like I said, Infinity Ward, I'm not trying to be critical of the developers themselves. I'm not trying to be mean. I was never talk to anybody in a rude tone when I'm trying to get this game, or not a rude tone, but a belligerent tone. These are from a person who patronizes your game over and over and over again, who is trying to give you a helping understanding of your game. Now, all these kills that I get are strictly off of sound. And I think I called it Oracle at the end, and I got one kill. I heard the sound, and then the Oracle showed him up. But you can see the point that I put here. I mean, realistically speaking, I could just be camping every single game and get a high kill-death ratio. How is that even fun? I don't understand it. Like, it's not even fun to the other people who play the game. They'll just leave. And what do you got? What's going to be left? The end result is you got a bunch of people who are not going to move around. And those do not far supersede the people who actually move around, who buy your game. This game, I heard this guy's footsteps a mile away. I was just pointing it out. Like, here's footsteps going up the stairs. I called in the oracle. I'm listening for more footsteps. And then look at this. We're down to 48 seconds. And this is the point that I'm trying to make, Infinity Ward. This game hasn't even reached its score limit. It's 75 kills. Because people are camping and not moving. How frustrating is that? 10-minute games. And I heard that guy there, and then the oracle showed him up, and I killed him. But you see the point that I'm trying to make? We're not even reaching 75 kills because of this. So you know that there's something wrong. The camping with the amplified, not reaching the end kills. I mean, people like to run around and be surprised because they found somebody and they're both dead silent. Not some guy camping in the corner like I'm doing with amplified proving a point. It's hurtful. It's mean. It's angry. It's frustration. It's not fun. Please, INFINITYWARD, developers, retweet this to them. Please make dead silence trump over amplified. Dead silence counters dead silence. I've proven that in my premise. There is no way you can defeat that premise. If somebody wants to find somebody in dead silence, they have to earn it by kill streaks. And you know what? They don't even have to get a kill streak. They can get a support streak and find somebody. So I don't understand the point of this. This is as plain as I can possibly make it. Anyways, I hope you take this video into consideration. I mean, I don't understand why there's other... I've posted the last 3 videos of my videos that prove everything that I've said is factual video truth. You can fix this game in one huge patch with all my advice for free. Anyways, until next time, it's your boy Fist. Peace, I'm out.